Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Is there not a nobler mission than eating, drinking and sleeping? It is difficult to get a human birth, therefore try your best to realize in this birth. Why on that wretch go to that man who wastes all his life in sensual pleasures? Time sweeps away kings and barons. Where is Yudhishthira? Where is Ashoka? Where is Valmiki? Where is Shakespeare? Where is Shivaji? Where is Napoleon? What have you learned? Tell me frankly, from the two great global wars. Have you got now real Vairagya? Do you practice japa and meditation? Have you practiced japa and meditation? Have you practiced Brahma Vichar? How can you expect real Shanti if you waste your time in idle gossiping, in candle backbiting, in novels, newspapers, in fights and quarrels? How can you expect real peace of mind if you waste your time in cards and smoking, in cinemas, restaurants, in novels, newspapers, in radio, television? When your throat is choked at the time of death, who will help you for your salvation? Therefore be up and doing in yogic sadhana. You will enjoy supreme bliss. Be up and doing in Brahma Vichar. You will attain immortality. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Worshipful homage unto Thee, O Thou Supreme, all-transcending, supra-mundane, supra-cosmic, infinite and eternal Divine Being. Worshipful homage unto Thee, Thou who art the beginning, the middle and end of all existence. Thou who art the source, the support and the subsidence of everything that is. thyself being absolute, one without a second, non-dual, to the worshipful homage. Thou art an ocean of grace, ocean of mercy, ocean of compassion. Anugraha Sindhu, Kripanidhi, Karuna Sagar. Grant that your imponderable, unutterable, divine presence may be felt within the innermost core of the spiritual heart of all those who are assembled together here. All these seekers, spiritual aspirants, sadhaks, mumukshus, jnanasus, bhagavad bhaktas assembled together here in the spiritual presence of Gurudev Swami Chidanadnaji Maharaj in this Samadhi hall at this moment. Reverential prostrations and loving adorations to Sadguru Bhagavan Sri Swami Chidanadnaji Maharaj, our Holy Master. In whom that great being and the divine radiance of that being shone through every glance, every act, every shoot from his divine mouth, every movement of his body, and from the very glance of his piercing eyes, who was a channel, a living, acting channel for the expression of that which is inexpressible, incomprehensible. To him we offer our reverence and adoration. Radiant immortal Atman, beloved blessed seekers and sadhaks, those who are sincerely striving to lead the spiritual life, those who are sincerely and earnestly striving to shed all things that are undivine and negative, and trying to develop all the shining, grand shining virtues, Daivi Sampada, that are divine, positive, constructive. To you all, my humble obeisance again and again. Yesterday, the topic of selflessness, self-giving, yesterday or day before yesterday, the topic of selflessness, self-giving was touched upon. How, when Yudhishthira, Dharmaputra, the eldest of the Pandavas, asked Bhishma Pitamaha, lying upon the bed of arrows, Sharapanjara. Because Bhishma urged him to ask and gain answers to all his queries, because when Uttarayana comes, he will no longer be with them, and then it will be too late. They will not be able to ask and know anything. He will be gone to that abode whence he came. He said, ask now, when the time is still there, because you have to assume the onerous responsibility of ruling Hastinapura, which all my life I bore the responsibility due to my promise of safeguarding, standing by, defending, and looking after the welfare of the throne of Hastinapura. And when Yudhishthira asked, what is the greatest of all things that man must acquire in this world, having come here? Bhishma said, it is selflessness, niswartha, to give of yourself. God has given everything to you, so He expects you as His child to be divine like Him and give. You have not come here to take, you have come here to give, 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 give. Until the last breath, to keep giving. That is greatness. That is grandeur. That is true proof that God is your Father. Tvameva mata ta pita tvameva, that God is your Father. And you are His child, filled with divinity. Be a great dani, be a giver. Giver of all that is auspicious, blessed, good. Kalyanakari, Mangal, Hitapradayaka. Live to benefit all life around you. Thus said the grandsire Bhishma Pitamaha. If there was one great example of a being who had so much to give and gave everything in service, in servitude to God, placed himself at the feet of God, literally. Shri Ramachandra Charanam Manasasmarami, Shri Ramachandra Charanam Vachasagranami, Shri Ramachandra Charanam Shihasaramami, Shri Ramachandra Charanam Sharanam Prapadye. This was his utterance. I think of the dual feet, divine feet of Lord Rama with my mind. I speak and praise the dual divine feet of Lord Rama. I adore and bow with my head the two divine feet of Lord Rama. I surrender myself in my entirety at the two divine feet, Lord Rama. Dvitiya Vachana. In English we have singular and plural, but in Sanskrit we have singular, we have dual, two, and we have also plural, of course. Singular and plural are there, but in between there is also a dual. ekvachana, dvitiyavachana, bahuvachana. This was the heart's utterance of Lord Hanuman. I think of you, think of your 2 feet. I speak of your 2 feet. I bow with my head upon your 2 feet. I surrender myself in my entirety at your 2 feet. And who was this saying this? Was it a weakling having no strength of one's own and therefore had to take shelter at the feet of the great incarnation? The great warrior, the wielder of the bow and the unerring arrow. Dhanurdari, Chapahasta, Ramachandra, Ayodhyapati, Koshaladyaksha, Dasarata Putra, Raghukara Tilaka, Sri Ram, Maryada Purushottam. Bowing at his feet, Hanuman kept all that he had. Unparalleled power, unparalleled valor, superhuman, incomparable strength. Such strength that made him cross the ocean like mere sport, mere play. Ullangya Sindhu Salilam, Salilam. जैसा लीला होता है, खेल होता है, बच्चे खेलते हैं, ऐसा खेल जैसा सिंधु को पार कर दिया। समुद्र को 200 योजन समुद्र को पार कर लिया। Abode of unparalleled strength, अतुलित बलधाम, जिस बल को तुलना नहीं कर सकता है उसका धाम, हनुमान, वीर हनुमान, अतुलित बलधाम. And how was your body? Shining like a golden mountain. Sharira Swarnava Deham. Such was the Hanuman. And having crossed, having reached Ashoka Vatika, having seen Janaki, and what consideration, such a great being, such a valorous, heroic being, if I come in my normal form, he was not an ordinary monkey, he stood tall just like a fully grown adult human being. She may be frightened. And she may even suspect that this is some Rakshasa, changed form in order to beguile me, dupe me, do some harm to me. Therefore, how wise, how wise. Vanaranam agraganyam, foremost of the monkeys. Buddhimatam varishtam, bhatatmadam. The foremost among wise people, intelligent people. He thinks, I should not fight him. Therefore, he takes a tiny, like a baby monkey form, perched high upon a branch, directly above where Sita was sitting. And softly utters the name of Ram. Ram, Ram, Ram. Janaki, Mother Sita, Lokamata is thrilled. Someone is uttering the name of my Rama. My Rama. There is no love in this world as the love Mother Sita had for her divine partner Rama. She was the greatest of wives, Rama. And she is hearing that name now. She was living in great anxiety, great fear. What will this Rakshasa do tomorrow? Every day he comes and harasses me, threatens me, cajoles me, speaks to me angry, raises his sword against me. So that Mandodari, his wife, chaste wife, had to catch hold of his hand. And now I am hearing my Lord's name, Ram. Instantly, the fire of sorrow that was consuming her became quelled. She found freedom from anxiety. She found peace. Peace. Like a cooling shower within. Peace came into her heart. And he started narrating, lest she may have even the least vestige of doubt or suspicion. He started narrating all the circumstances, all that happened to her, to Sri Rama, Dasarathputra, to Lakshmana, the three, when they were in the forest. Then this must be an authentic being. Authentic being. Yes, at last, my beloved Rama has reached me through this being. But she looks up, but she perceives nothing except leaves rustling and some branches shaking. She keeps on looking. First of all, a leaf plucked by the monkey falls. And as she is looking, yes, there is certainly some. As she is looking, some solid object falls in front of her. She looks at it. It is a ring, golden ring. Lord Rama's ring. Because in her heart and mind she says, who are you? Why are you here? How can I believe you are my Hitachintak, friendly to me, not inimical? Immediately the message goes. Hanuman understands. Oh, Mother Sita wants to have some proof. She wants to know if I am authentic, if I am really and truly a messenger sent by Rama. Okay. Because being wise, when Rama, he is being sent, because Jambavan says, this is the right man. He can cross the ocean like a small play, and therefore, but you must send some proof with him to prove that he comes from you. So, the ring is taken by Rama and given to him. So he comes with proof positive. So when she sees Rama's ring, 100%, and she looks, she knows. And he also says, this is the ring which he with his own 2 hands put upon your finger at the time when you were married. At Mithila, the capital of Janaka's kingdom. Yes, indeed, that is the ring. Mother Sita recognizes it immediately. And then he comes down. For 6 long months, seemingly interminable, the fire of grief that was consuming Sita became completely shant. But where did this fire go? By that very same fire, Hanuman burned the whole of Lanka. By that Shokagni Dadaha Lankam. Ravana's Lanka he burnt, reduced to ashes. One of those great feats that Hanuman performed. He was like a forest fire to the forest of Rakshasas, whole of Dhanjakula. Dhanjakula Krishanam. He was like a forest fire. Dhanjakula Krishanam Vanaranam Adraganyam Atulita Baladham Shail Swarnavi Deha Vallangi Sindhu Sarilam Salilam. What can one say to describe the powers of this great? And yet, where was his place? At the feet of Lord Rama. All that he constituted all that he himself was, all that he himself had. He placed it in humble, sincere, devout servitude at the feet of Rama. Kritamastakranjalim. Baddhanjali, natamastaka. And the forehead touching the feet. The poet tells it in one word, Mastakanjali. Mastaka Anjali. Krita Mastakanjali. That is the ideal. Naham, naham. Tvameva, tvameva. Because all these powers, Hanuman knew, Mukhya Prana knew, Pavanasuta knew. Niratmaya. He knew. And therefore, that which belongs to him, I must offer it to him. It is not mine. Nasti kinchit mama atra. As the saying goes, Tvadiyam vastu govinda tubhyameva samarpaye. O Lord, whatever is, everything is yours. Therefore, I place it at your feet. That was the life of this great, valorous, powerful Hanuman. We who are seeking to make ourselves ideal human individuals in this human world, while we are here, while the breath is actively moving about in our body, we should emulate this great being. जब तक प्राण की संचार सक्रिय रूप में हमारा शरीर में हो रहा है, चालू है, हम सदैव इस प्रकार की महान आदर्श जैसा बनने के लिए प्रयत्न करते ही रहना चाहिए, कोशिश में लगे रहना चाहिए. ये मानवता है. Asuras stand for all that is negative, undivine, harmful, destructive. Maruti was engaged in this process of destroying everything that is harmful, destructive, negative. Akalyan, amangal. And Maruti abides in your heart. Without him, no life is possible. He abides in your heart as Mukhya Prana. He is called Mukhya Prana. Side by side is Bhagavan, Ramachandra, Nanyaspraha Raghupate. I have no other desire O Lord Rama, except for adoring thee. And that I am speaking truth. Who knows better than you? Because thou art the indweller of all beings. Satyam madamite. And thou art Akhilantaratma. Akhilantaratma. Akhila means everything. You are the Antaratma of all that exists. Nikhil, Akhil means the same thing. Thou art the indweller of all things that exist. So, what if anyone knows the interior of all things, it is you. Because you are in the interior of all things. And nothing can be hidden from you. Other than you, I have no more desire. Satyam madami Raghupangava. This I utter in all truthfulness. Yes, Lord Rama is Akhilantaratma. Hanuman is also, as Mukhya Prana, he is also Akhilantaratma. Side by side. Because where the Lord is, there Hanuman is. And wherever the kirtan of Lord's name goes on, there Hanuman is there. Eyes filled with tears of devotion. Yatra yatra Raghunatha kirtanam bhashpa bindu paripurna lojanam. Hanuman is there, shedding tears of devotion. So, what a great ideal for us. What great, unparalleled, indescribable powers. But at the same time, what humility, what devotion, what namrata. Truly fit to do. So Janaki, as token that he has met her, spoken to her, seen her, and delivered Rama's message, given his ring, Janaki gives him Chudamani. And he takes it back and hands it to Rama. Have you met Janaki? Yes. Here is my proof. So we who are striving to become ideal human beings, we should contemplate Maruti's great personality and devotedly try to be like him, become like him, emulate him. That he is the prana in all things. A small incident. When he was young, he tries to do something which angers Devendra, the Lord of the celestials. in Swarga. And Devendra becomes angry and strikes Hanuman with his ayuda, Vajrayuda. That is the weapon of Indra. At this, Hanuman's mother Anjana Devi becomes very angry at Indra. I will teach Indra a lesson. She takes her beloved baby, holds him, and then covers him up like this. The moment she holds him and covers him up completely, the sun becomes dark. Daylight disappears. Everything becomes dark. The wind stops blowing. The air, very air in this universe created by God, goes underground, disappears. And all living creatures become faint. Because no wind, no breathing, finished. Life ebbs away. If breathing is stopped. Because it is not a surgical ward to administer oxygen. And so, an awful state of affairs begins to pervade and prevail. Indra realizes his mistake, goes to Anjana Devi, says, I am sorry. Please excuse me, please forgive me. I did not know, in a moment of anger, I did something I should not have done. And in true Indian fashion perhaps, he holds his ears. Please, release your son, take off your covering. And Mother Anjana relents and brings out Maruti, Pavan Kumar, once again, out of her folds. Then light comes to the sun, air begins to blow, wind moves, and slowly all become once again awake, alert, fully alive and active. Such is Hanuman. Indispensable. Indispensable. The life of our lives, from the point of view of our physical mechanism, from the point of view of spiritual, our reality, Atma Swarupa, he is the life of our life, at whose feet Lord Hanuman is ever there in servitude, in devotion. It is such Hanuman that we devotedly worship each year upon the full moon day of the very first bright fortnight of a new year. The Indian Hindu almanac, religious calendar, begins with the month called Chaitra, Chaitra Masa. And it always begins with a bright fortnight. The last ending day is an Amavasya, new moon day. The first month always begins with a bright fortnight. Chaitra Shukla Paksha. And the 9th day of the Chaitra Shukla Paksha is Sri Ramanavami, the very first religious day of worship in the Hindu calendar year, religious calendar year, Sri Ramanavami. And immediately following Sri Ramanavami, the full moon day, Dashami, Ekadashi, Dvadashi, Trayadashi, Chaturdashi, Purnima. The sixth day after Sri Ramanavami is Sri Hanuman Jayanti. Maruti Ramata Rakshasantakam, the destroyer of all that is demonical. They call it in colloquial vernacular Chitra Purnima. Chaitra Masa is the Sanskrit name, Chaitra. And the colloquial vernacular they call it Chitra, Chittirai. And Chitra Purnima is Hanuman Jayanti. So the very first half of the month in each year they dedicated to the worship of Sri Rama and his servant Sri Hanuman, Maruti. Such indeed is the being regarded as worshipful. We should try to emulate, place everything at his disposal. Tvadiyam mastu Govinda tubhyameva samarpaya. I dedicate all unto your feet. Be a giver of Maruti's magnitude, because you have this potential within you as children of God and disciples of Gurudev, who was known as Givananda. They said, Vishwananda by mistake gave him the name Shivananda. He ought to have given him the name Givananda. When he gave, he did not know how to give with the fingertips. He gave with the whole palm and not one palm. Laddu and fruits and sweets, anything that came, cashew nut. So, if someone placed a few fruits on his table, hey, don't come with such fruits. If you want to come here, bring me a basket full, big basket full. This is not enough. Not enough. Sometimes you used to have a big family here. See? And for a man who gives with both his hands, a big family must consume a lot. इतना क्या ले आया? ये हमारे लिए तो काफी नहीं है, और ले आओ, खूब बड़ा टोकरे में ले आओ. Maruti was such a giver. Hanuman was such a giver. He gave of himself, as I said, in his entirety for the Lord's service. Thus is my sharing of this day, because now it is worship time and we are indeed blessed to recollect and remember such a great, grand, valorous, devoted, dedicated personality. Gurudev used to call him the first ambulancer, because he went to the Himalayas and brought the Sanjeevani Viti in order to revive Lakshmana, who had fallen in a dead faint due to the Indrajit's arrow. Rama himself became perturbed. What to do? Began to weep. He said, Hanuman said, the royal physician of Ravana I will bring. He went to the royal physician's house and asked him to come. He said, no, I am Ravana will become very angry with me. How can I come? I am doing something for him. He was doing. Hey, you must come. Very urgent. You cannot say no. No, I cannot come. He lifted the whole house. With the royal physician sitting in it and doing this, he lifted the whole house and brought it to the seashore, where Lakshmana was in effect. I will now do. He had no other go. Then he examined him very carefully. He said, temporarily I will give something, but if he has to revive, only Sanjivani Bhuti can revive him. And Sanjivani Bhuti is way up north in the Himalayas. And he gives the description. And in his hurry, Hanuman says, he reaches there, I cannot search. A piece of the mountain he brings. With all this booty, you yourself choose, see which it is and choose. Satyamaya.